Attribute a lot of that to the talent of Michigan's forwards, but transition opportunities are going to be key for Ohio.
Guys around him to elevate for them to propel themselves in the Big Ten.
He made 23 saves last night and allowed 3 goals. 1 goal was an empty netter at the very end of the game to make it a 4-2 final score. Puck kicked around a little bit. Michigan working with it in its attacking zone. Kent Johnson wipes out, able to simultaneously win control of the puck and get back to the skates, but that moment is short-lived as Eugene Fadiev, the senior from Ukraine, won it momentarily for Ohio State. Michigan quick to counter, and this is Matty Beniers, another one of that stacked freshman class for Michigan that has been so much fun to watch all season long. Wolverines got
goal number 4 on the season. They need a guy like him to get hot. His first half was a little inconsistent. He gets hot, look out for the Wolverines.
Boston Bruins draft pick, so Bruins fans are happy along with Wolverines fans. Beecher said enough talking about that freshman class. How about the sophomores for the Wolverines? And it's Beecher who lights the lamp for Michigan. So Ohio State with a wrister that time from Leighton Ahak, the sophomore D-man, does not accomplish its game 2 goal of scoring first, and they'll play from behind once again like they did all of last night. Ohio State was able to tie the game 1-1 last night, but here's Nolan Moyle who tried to shovel it off for the crashing Owen Power, and there was too much scarlet and gray in the way. But on the forecheck, that's a shot by Beniers and a blast from pure Michigan. Around it comes to Ryan O'Connell as we're over 30 seconds into this 4-on-4 scenario. A hold on Austin Pooley and a slash on Michigan's Jacob Truscott. Here comes Michigan again. Boy, they are so quick on the puck. Ohio State able to counter, however. Transition opportunity brewing for Ohio State as Grant Gabriel sends it just down low inside the point to James Maroney. And Gabriel wipes out, fighting for it from his backside, still hacking away at it. And Michigan with numbers able to peel the puck away from the pesky defenseman for Ohio State. Michigan again from the left wing, shot by B. Morgan, the extra skater who comes away with it. He saw a lot of ice time last night for Mel Pearson, and he whips one from the goal line that gets cluttered behind the net of Tommy Napier. Long shot reined in that time by Keaton Pearson, the sophomore D-man, and Michigan right back on the attack. Garrett Van Wy after the puck for a moment for Michigan. It trickles back out to the block M, and Keaton Pearson. Napier plays the puck. In a bit of trouble, he goes glass out, but Michigan hems it in inside the blue line. Turnaround dump down by Philip LaPointe. Nolan Moyle after it for Michigan, and Ohio State trying to dig it out. But Michigan, once again, on it. Van Wy turns pass to Pearson. Puck loose in between the rings for a moment. Scooped out of harm's way by Ohio State's Fadiev. Onto the wing, that's Austin Pooley. And the puck whipped around back up to blue. Loose puck in between the circles there for a moment, but white jerseys converge. Pearson with a flick of the wrist, gets it back up to neutral. Puck up for grabs again, pounced on by Moyle. Bordelot had it for a touch, and
Treloar and Quinn Preston play on the penalty kill. So that gives them more ice time. The bottom of the lineup doesn't play as much. So they're getting a little rusty on the bench, and then those top guys will be more tired in the third period. So it's just a trickle-down effect going on in the game that can affect the Buckeyes in the long run as this game goes on.
Ohio State with a quick clear early on in the power play. Ohio State killed 2 penalties successfully last night against Michigan as the Buckeyes did a good job staying out of the box to begin with. And here comes an O-zone face-off, and he watches it sail right through the upper corner of the blue. But Michigan on the puck with a power play unit that's been pretty good in its own right. 10 power play goals on the season for Michigan, but again, none last night. Michigan was 7th in the country on the power play coming into this weekend. Now 10 for 39 on the season, as that's Kent Johnson who found Philip LaPointe right in front. LaPointe couldn't shovel it home. Here's Owen Power down onto the wing. Power runs the point, one-time shot, and a score for Michigan. 2-0 on the power play.
Great puck movement by the Wolverines. Blankenberg gets it back up to Owen Power. Not a overly big slap shot, but he gets the release off, has traffic in front. Look, he sets it up, he backs up just a hair, lets it fly, traffic in front. Pooley trying to block it, really impeded, I think, Tommy Napier from seeing that puck.
Before the Wolverines a chance to change. O'Connell with the pass off to his right. And Colin Peters wraps it around the boards after it into the corner. And a loose stick comes flying out of the hands of Dominic Vidoli there. And then a belly flop by Matty Beniers. He could not get his shot away. Ohio State now. Leighton Ahak with a pass across to Colin Peters, who couldn't wrangle it in. Peters with a swing and a miss, and that buys Michigan some opportunity to flock to the puck. But it once again remains in control of Ohio State. Matt Cassidy, shadowed by a Michigan defender, played back down into the corner. Colin Peters is on it, along with his teammate Patrick Guzzo, the freshman, and also a Michigander. He's from Marysville, wearing the wrong colors as far as Michigan fans are concerned. Puck taken away behind the net by Nick Blankenberg, the alternate captain. And Michigan trying to bring it out of its D zone.
Buckeyes need to get to the net for rebounds if they're going to continue to shoot from the outside.
Neutral zone face-off after the offside. Ciccolini after it, number 9 for Michigan, pursued by Leighton Ahak for Ohio State. And perhaps the one thing Ohio State has going for it right now is time. Still a chunk of change left in the first period. And yes, Ohio State down 2 goals, but time to rally as Strauss-Mann drops it back down on the ice. Gaden Leslie after it for Ohio State. Up on that first line for Steve Rollick on the D-to-D pass. Shot from Vidoli, bangs off the back wall. Leslie knocked down, pressure applied by Owen Power, and Blankenberg goes glass out to neutral. And here's Ahak on it for Ohio State. St. Singleton on the sheet as well. Ahak gets it back after being shoved up against the Dashers. Treloar lost the puck to Blankenberg of Michigan. Centering pass, it's Kent Johnson. On the wing, Luke Morgan. Could not get it back to Johnson. It's behind the net and pounced down by Matty Beniers. And then a fan puck by Ahak and a takeaway by Michigan. Bordelot on it. Pastajov right out of the penalty box and wreaking havoc for a moment in the O-zone for Michigan. Pastajov after as that one rides the rail for a moment. After a kick to himself, Pastajov dishes it back to Bordelot, who brings it out of the corner. Truscott at the point right now for Michigan. Bordelot still on the puck. Turnaround shot by Brisson, and it went wide. Power, the second goal scorer for Michigan, trapped up against the glass right now by Matt Cassidy, the sophomore from Medford, New Jersey. Inside of 3 minutes to go. DMC line that year, I believe. Frozen 14 in 2018. On the O-zone faceoff for Michigan. Puck is lofted back to neutral. Hasn't been a line that's gotten a nickname to my knowledge for Michigan this season, although I know our own Fred Pletch, as a pass into the crease was swept out by Michael Pastajov, has tried to float out killer bees for some of the talent Michigan's got. Beniers, Bordelot, Beecher. Here's Bordelot with it now. Throws a pass in the direction of Pastajov. That one might have kissed the post. It's in the corner now. And Travis Treloar tries to sweep it off the backhand, but he got it to a teammate, Matt Cassidy, but didn't even get it back to the blue line on the forecheck. Pastajov passed behind Bordelot. Michigan still on it, however. Bordelot down into the circle for Brisson, who is pushed off the puck by Maroney of Ohio State. Bordelot whips one in between the rings, and it leaks all the way out to neutral past the alternate captain, Nick Blankenberg, the junior from Washington, Michigan. Power with a centering pass and a shot by Michigan.
I'm not saying that's what it was, but that can go into some players' mind. I played with guys that were doing that in the first half, and you can see it's a pressure position because everybody wants to make that team. And I think now that you're in the second half, that's in the rearview mirror. He can just concentrate on being a Michigan Wolverine, and you're seeing the success he's having to start the second half.
That's a great point as Treloar is on the puck for Ohio State. Cam York, Kent Johnson, Brendan Brisson all return with gold medal hardware from the World Junior competition earlier this month. And as Steve Rollick for Ohio State said, it felt like he watched half of Michigan's roster win a gold medal for Team USA. Ohio State on it now, however. Mark Cherameta coming in from the sidewall. Good positioning by Cherameta, but he lost control of the puck. Rebound thrown back Strauss-Mann's way. And in the corner, Grant Gabriel got one on net. And he tracks down his own miss behind Strauss-Mann. From the side wall, Colin Peters takes a shot up against the glass. But Ohio State working with the puck in the attacking zone, trying to get on the board here, down 2-0. Ohio State has split 4 of its 5 Big Ten series this season. They were swept by Minnesota in their opener as Colin Peters' shot is blocked before it gets on Strauss-Mann. Bordeleau with the answer, shadowed by Ahak of Ohio State. Bordeleau got one in the crease, and it was wide to the right of Napier. In the corner now, Tate Singleton of Ohio State.
Team and turn those pucks over. So that's one way the Buckeyes can get back in this game. If they can force Michigan to try to do a little too much, get them to turn the puck over and then transition and get a rush and get some scoring chances.
Nick Granowitz flicks the puck up ahead, and Johnny Beecher after it for a moment, but the puck is taken away in the Ohio State defensive zone by Ahak, but he gives it right back to Michigan. Beecher plays it off the wall, turnaround shot, muddied by Ohio State's defense, camped out right in front of Napier. Beecher perhaps will try one more time. We have a delayed penalty coming up here, and Treloar finally. Owen Power, and it's the 11th. It was the 11th power play goal of the season for the Maize and Blue. It's Power on the puck now, following the cross-checking penalty on C.J. Regula, the sophomore. Beniers bobbles the handle for a moment as Michigan biding its time through the first 20 seconds of the power play. Left for Beniers again, who works his way around a fallen Colin Peters. Peters gets his stick back. Johnson with a shot wide to the left of Napier. That's the viewer's right. Beniers in the corner as Philip LaPointe, his teammate, in the mix as well. Johnson brings it off the short wall. Back to the blue line. Blankenberg and Power are the deep pairing right now for Michigan on the sheet. It's LaPointe in the middle. Blankenberg, a blast. Norway, and played hockey both in Norway and Sweden before moving to the United States at age 16 to get ready for college hockey, which has begun with a bang for Ohio State this year. Treloar has been outstanding for the Buckeyes. 5 goals, 8 assists on the season, one of the top scoring freshmen in the country, and that's...
Travis Treloar was a little upset. It looked like he might have gotten a stick in the mouth. Not sure how that happens. If his shield got lifted a little bit, but he did not look very happy. It really shouldn't be very happy, plus the way how the way his game has gone so far. But he's a guy that they're going to look to try to get this thing turned around, that's for sure.
And it's Owen Power who turns around and tries to dig the puck out of the D zone for Michigan. At neutral, Fadiev slams on the brakes, tries to find Pooley. Fadiev got it back, and he and Pooley do connect that time, but too much white around Scarlett. Bordeleau now on the near side wall. Coming down into the O-zone, centering pass just a little bit behind Pastajov, who's hunting his second goal of the game, his last one. And it's shoveled off the backhand by Ciccolini down, which will afford Michigan time to change lines. Preston in his own corner, behind the net now, to Grant Gabriel. Puck is finally peeled around the boards to Cherameta, and Philip LaPointe aggressive on the forecheck, but does not win the puck. Cherameta reaches for it. Now it's Michigan who comes away with it at neutral. Van Wy too far out in front of LaPointe, but it's Moyle on it for Michigan. Settles it down, throws it back to the blue line. Power is there, but he was smothered, and a shot and a score by Garrett Van Wy. Like a magic act, the puck skips from the blue line down outside the crease, and Garrett Van Wy puts Michigan up 4-0.
By the Wolverines, Nolan Moyle, the goal scorer last night, hangs onto that puck, waits a while. Owen Power sees him coming over, gets it to the net, and then LaPointe doing a great job of causing traffic in front, and then it's an easy chip for Garrett Van Wy in front. Gabriel tries to go down and block, but Van Wy goes top shot.
Ryan Snowden, a sophomore, who's only played 1 game this season in his own right, but he's unavailable tonight, along with a couple of other key contributors for Ohio State, namely Gustav Westland, the junior alternate captain, and Evan McIntyre, a freshman D-man. So to the point of Steve Rollick not having a complete roster really at all so far this season, that continues tonight as a shot by Beniers is kicked aside by Moyes, as we have a 4-on-4 for just inside of 35 seconds now. Ohio State comes back with Tate Singleton, who scored 2 goals last night for Ohio State. Buckeyes trying to get on the board here in the second period. Puck controlled now by Owen Power, the brooding freshman, 6'5", 214, and only 18 years old. Beniers shovels it off the back end down low. And Regula the second time tonight. And it's a partial power play. They get it for about 40 seconds or so, coming off a 4-on-4. Pastujov still in the sin bin for Michigan. Down low behind Strauss-Mann, and it's bushwhacked by Blankenberg, and it gets out to neutral. Luke Morgan on it for the Wolverines. Here's a shot, and the puck went behind the net of Moyes. Out to neutral. Ohio State has it, and Ahak
tips it down through the legs. And that's one way. Kent Johnson doesn't shoot a lot, but he can score goals if you got good hand-eye like that. And it's a 4th on the season for Kent Johnson. What a skilled play and hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, a brilliant play by Kent Johnson. As you could see on that shot from behind the goal, that Moyes was positioning himself to block the shot by Pearson, and the redirect came too late for Moyes to react to it. Excellent play by the freshman Johnson on his 4th goal of the season. Gabriel from the point blasts one off the glass, and Granowitz does not get it to the blue line for Michigan. It's Cherametta who has it now for Ohio State. A 5-0 game, and we still have some change left in the second period. Inside the point, Gabriel down to Cherametta. Man shuts that down. No rebound opportunity for Ohio State. Michigan comes up with it. Granowitz at neutral. And played by Moyes back to center. Treloar, nice feed to Singleton, but he's covered up by a lot of Michigan defense. Peters whacks it low, and LaPointe tries to shovel it back outside the D zone for Michigan. Moyle is there, shadowed by Maroney. Puck drifts in between the circles. In the corner now, Singleton pounces on it. He centers himself and flies a wrister right past Evan Moyes, who took over for Tommy Napier in the second period for Ohio State, and that shot from Blankenberg is wide and into the corner. Michigan fighting for it on the forecheck. Treloar bangs it up to Colin Peters. Ohio State cannot dig it out. Bordeleau boxes out Maroney, and a pass taken out of the rings by Peters, who drifts to the wall, looking for a man in the middle. No one home. Really, he was smothered by a pair of Michigan defenders, but Ohio State still on the puck. Tate Singleton working into the circle around Brendan Brisson. So pushing and shoving. Singleton is on his knees. Remember, Ohio State trying to extend a 6-game scoring streak on the power play. This could be their last opportunity. Jaden Leslie dumps it down. Jacob Truscott sweeps it along at the blue line. Gabriel right outside the Michigan bench. He approaches, wraps a pass back to the point, and it's played off the wall or tracked down by Michael Gildon. Ohio State milling about. 19 seconds left on the 4-on-3. Wrister from Singleton behind Strauss-Mann. Beniers is there to sweep it up right to Ohio State's Dominic Vidoli. One last chance for Ohio State. Redirected pass. Johnson reaches for it. Leslie nudges him aside, but it's Michigan on the puck as we're back to full strength. Owen Power, Main Street, drifts to his left, and a drop off for his teammate and classmate Matty Beniers from Massachusetts. Coming up on 4 minutes into the excellent tonight. In the second period in particular, a lot of shots from the blue line, a lot of redirect opportunities.
Time of the penalty, 4 minutes, 47 seconds of the third period.
Owen Power leaves it for Nick Blankenberg. Blankenberg around the screening Philip LaPointe, and the pass intercepted in the slot and bounced back down to Strauss-Mann.
Yeah, the key ingredient for this power play to success, getting it to the net. You have tons of skill. Sometimes you can overdo it, pass too many times. They haven't been doing that tonight, and it's paid off for the Wolverines.
Power on the D-to-D pass to Blankenberg. Laps one down to the goal line and gets it right back for Matty Beniers. Michigan working around the umbrella here. No entry passes in the slot or towards the crease yet until that one to Beniers, and he tried to feed the crashing LaPointe.
Sweep. I think their mentality is they should be sweeping every series because of the amount of skill and talent they have. I think, you know, most teams, hey, we want to go in and sweep, but I think theirs are a little more realistic along with Minnesota right now. And you're seeing what's going on right now when they're playing at the top of their game.
Plenty of love, that's for sure. Deserves it. Put a lot of work in. Just about midway through period number 3. No scoring so far from either side in this frame. Bortolo after it behind Devin Boyes, the Ohio State goalkeeper. Bortolo cartwheels down, and Grant Gabriel pass to pressuring Brendan Brisson, and Blankenberg drops in on it for Michigan. Worth noting about Michigan's lineup, they're without some key contributors as well. They're without Jimmy Lambert and an assistant captain, and Jack Summers, a junior D-man, very experienced. So Ramel Pearson, he doesn't even have his team at full strength either, which is a scary notion for the rest of the Big Ten, looking at what Michigan has done not only in this series, but really since play resumed following winter break. A lot of offense for Michigan in that 9-0 win over Michigan State, working on a 5.
And then my mom's Swedish, so I speak Swedish. There's kind of a little bit all over the place at the kitchen table there. We kind of just to balance all 3 languages, but yeah, no. So that's kind of how that goes.
Did you notice what he said there, Cappy? He doesn't speak English; he speaks Canadian.
Yeah, that stood out to me. It took you a little while to catch on to that one. I didn't say anything. I'm like, you mean English, right, Travis?
No, I think he probably meant Canadian. It was great talking.
So he's
with
learning
Travis.
American now.
Sure.
Being at Ohio State.
There's definitely some dialect differences for sure. We dropped the A at the end of our sentences. But a really good guy to talk to, very well spoken, whether he's speaking Canadian or English. And he does miss his family being overseas in Europe. His dad is a general manager, so his dad, as he's mentioned, from Toronto. Point scoring, and when that's not going for you, how can you find other ways to impact the game? And you can certainly point to his success in the faceoff circle, now 9 for 14 as Ohio State's on the power play here, trying to get on the board late in the 3rd period. It's Cherametta, guarded by Blankenberg of Michigan. Cherametta turns around, gets it back to Gabriel, who controls the puck with his skate for a moment. And Treloar, after awkwardly falling, valiantly back on the ice right now for Ohio State. All the way down to Moyes. With Bortolo in the mix. Leighton Ahak sends it right back Moyes' way. Pearson knocks it back down to Moyes. Cassidy looking for a man in front. Delivers, shot by Guzzo, and a save by Mann. Beecher and Guzzo take the face-off, and it's won by Michigan. Michigan used a lot of first period face-off success to really control the puck. They did have a breakaway goal by Johnny Beecher to open the scoring, but it was 2-0 after 1.
It's like these players with their kids, so they want to be there, and it's fortunate they're allowing to, at the very least, let the parents and sisters and brothers.
Larkin's in there somewhere. There he is. And when he went to a game at Yost Arena, heard the fans, he said it was about 5 minutes into the game. He turned to his dad and said, "This is where."
On to be unbelievable players in the NHL, and yeah, Dylan was very subtle yet very pointed with his decision making after he sees 5 minutes of a game. I'm coming here.
And as you mentioned, even you were impressed playing at Yost. Minute and change away from doing that. That's at home, by the way. Guzzo flips it down for icing.
5-minute major after they had given up a goal on that shift, which completely turned around the game. You know, Ohio State doesn't give up the goal. They go on the power play, score twice on it to take the lead against Notre Dame and win that game And a lot of it had to do with their coaching staff kind of seeing this happen, and you could see it in his eyes there, and you can see a little defeat now, but you know he's going to get back to focus on what they got to do better next week. He and his staff, including Steve Miller, Paul, said that we just want to get back onto a routine, taking care of business Monday through Thursday, playing Friday, Saturday. The way the schedule lines up in the second half in comparison to the first half when there were a lot of midweek games, it looks like Ohio State is going to be able to get into a practice routine again, which of course is the foundation for the success, or lack thereof, you see on Friday and Saturday. So it's going to come for Ohio State. The pieces are definitely there.